Hello, early birds, and welcome in to a real... It's a game that has escaped me for a while. Sorry, I'm just a little bit distracted because I'm trying to get the multi-stream working. And hey, would you look at that? Oh, mute. Okay. Phew, sorry about that. Just dealing with a couple of technical difficulties, and then I'll properly introduce Age of Wonders 4, which for many of you may not actually need an introduction if you've been around for a while. Plenty of Age of Wonders 4 here on the channel, but it's been a hot minute. In fact, it would be fair to say I'm not sure I've played it this year, so I'm really looking forward to doing it. Let me just mute my mic for a moment, make sure we've got both streams running, both chats working. It would be a miracle. I'll be right back. Awesome. Hey, Boff. Apologies, my countdown timer just ran slightly over. It's just making sure I can see both chats. At the moment, you should be able to hear both me and some gameplay. We can tweak that as we go along. Let me just get one more. 3 minutes was overly ambitious. Or 30 seconds to go. Actually, you know what? I might be able to hit this just right. Or close enough. Perfect is the enemy of good. There we go. Hello! I do have the Giants DLC. Yes, Gamer, I do, thankfully. I actually just bought it this morning. So, do I have it? Yes. Have I played it before? No. I'm looking forward to trying it out. Broba, welcome in. Is this going to be a live stream of playing? Absolutely. Just making sure that I have, both platforms' chats working. Goodness gracious, spit it out, man. Alright, looks like I do. Let me swap over to the gameplay screen and we'll begin. At the moment, I'm very zoomed in on my last character that I played with a very long time ago. Let's jump over to the gameplay, and bam, welcome. Hello everybody, and welcome into Age of Wonders 4. As I was saying in the preamble with the early birds, but let me refresh now that we're properly running. Age of Wonders 4 is a brilliant 4X strategy game. It's one that I covered a lot in its first year, and maybe even actually its second. I think it probably fell off for me, not because it got bad, but because maybe Civ 7 was launching, or I don't know, something else would have come along. Anyway, I'm back. I've got most of the DLC. I did notice I was missing one pack, frustratingly. There was like 4 that I was missing before I started, so I jumped on Steam and sort of gritted my teeth and bought them at full price, which felt terrible. But anyway, there's one more that I'm missing, but with that one exception, which I think is the Vampires one, I have all of the extra content. Now, some of it, like Empires and Ashes, we've played with before. Dragon Dawn, absolutely. I can remember doing live streams with that, obviously with a lot of the earlier stuff. But then as we move through into some of these later packs, they're basically totally new to me. I miss them amidst the Civ 7 hysteria. And I'm looking forward to trying them out. So let's jump in to a brand new game. Let's create a realm. I love this already. It's great to be back. Now actually, maybe to speed things up here, I might just want to go random with the realm traits, just because I don't really know what build I'm going to make yet, and maybe a random one is actually okay. I'll just roll a couple and see what they look like. Oh, we also have added victory conditions. When the game first came out, I think there might have been 3. Now there's something like 5 or 6, right? First time seeing a live stream. Welcome in. Jumbo on Twitch. Reeve. That's right. For the first time, I'm trying to stream to both platforms again. Hopefully it'll work. I stopped doing it because of technical difficulties. But I thought, it's about damn time. So, hopefully they're both running. Anyway, back to this and victory conditions. Sorry, distracted. I probably want to enable most stuff. Looks like we have active and or dormant world seals. This is chucking world seals, that's fine. I remember not being a huge fan of the underground and generally preferring overground maps, so I might tweak it a little bit with a couple of my with my favorites, but Wondrous Past is kind of cool. Let's chuck that on. City-states. Unusually powerful free cities which have grown into city-states. +5 population. Nah. I don't think we need to do that. Let's not do that. Mega cities, kind of fun. Hey Ken, welcome in. Good to see you. My goodness. Gigantism. The beings of the realm are lower in number, but especially large. Sure, why not? Okay, so what do we have? We have a continents map. Let's change that up, actually. I know I randomized it and got that, but I feel like something slightly more interesting than continents could be decided. Maybe islands. We do love an ocean gameplay around here. Pangea, yeah. Void Divide. Maybe not anything too radical. A single connected landmass next to a small sea. Sure. We also have Blessed Fields. A demonic realm. Infernal fiends plague this realm. Okay. Sworn Rivalry. We might get rid of this one. Because it's kind of a story-driven one, and I don't know if I want to add that extra layer of complexity right now. This will add in kind of like a scenario-esque mode within a mode, right? So I might leave that as none. Umbral Abyss, I'm sure this is fine. World Seals, okay. I think all of the rest of those are cool. Map size, let's go large. We tend to favor large maps around here, I'm probably not wrong. Isn't Age of Wonders 4 a beautiful game? The question is, will I get through the customization this stream? Find out. No, I will, I promise. Let's go 7 players. Normal difficulty is probably a good idea. I'm definitely going to be rusty, spoiler alert. Classic turns. We'll call this realm the Great Comeback Realm. And make it look a little bit like the thumbnail. Make it look like that. Very good. Advanced settings, I probably don't need to muck around with that. Yes. Your journey starts here. I would be doing Age of Wonders 4 a disservice if I didn't create a new faction, I think. Now, if you have suggestions, chuck them at me now or forever hold your peace. Biggest challenge ever with the game is struggling to enjoy the 18v18 battles. I can agree with you there. We'll get onto battles when we cross that bridge, but I know exactly what you mean, and I know exactly where you're coming from. They are also a struggle for me. I'm a big fan of the auto fight, which is not a great solution to this problem, I realize. Okay, loads of new beings to try out. Starting with our race's physical form. I think we should use a DLC one. So I'll move away from some of the default stuff down the bottom there. Lupine, goats, Siron, goodness me. Do I have all the DLCs? Yes, I was saying at the start of the stream, but worth repeating. Thank you for the question. Because I should repeat it. I have almost all of them. There was a couple that I was missing, so I went on just before the stream and bought them. But I missed one. So the only one that I'm missing is the... whatever the vampire one is called. Which I know is probably a shame, because vampires are you know, kind of cool. But apart from that one, I have everything else. So, simians, ogres, ancients, Elysians, hare folk. It would be a shame not to, maybe, play as the hare folk. Ridiculous looking. What are their traits? 25% harder to hit with ranged. Makes sense. Friendly units do not block movement. And grants 5 combat speed. Could customize them, but sure.
What is their origin culture?
I don't have any of the DLCs here. Oh man, you're in for a treat. I've played a lot with some of the early DLCs, but I haven't mucked around with the later ones. So this nomadic race here is totally new to me. To answer your question, XO. So what have we got here? Over here we have authority. Cities are powerful houses able to field deficient armies by liege lords or monarchy. I think I'll lean toward monarchy. Cities 2 announcements. I have mostly been steering clear of those, though I have been following the patch notes. Over here we have a lot of different cultures to choose from now too. Look at this. So the early ones in the default game were what? Feudal High, Industrious Dark Mystic, and then Barbarian. I think then after that came, testing my knowledge, Reaver maybe. Nomad, new to me, as is Oathsworn and Architect. So I might jump into one of the new ones. I think just throw myself into the deep end and experiment with the DLC I haven't really played with. I haven't at all played with, in fact. It's a good idea for this stream. Airport DLC for Cities 2. Yeah, it needs a bit. Okay. Higher draft income, swear devotion to an oath. Nomadic people. Mobile units. Nomad cities are able to pack up. Yeah, interesting. I was watching the trailer and a couple of the dev diaries, reading a couple of the dev diaries around these guys. I don't think I'll go nomadic. I'm particularly interested in Architect. People dedicated to the creation of something greater than themselves, building monuments to their affinities. Higher production. Collect wonder stone to build monuments. Monuments grant affinity incarnate. And we deal damage matching that affinity. That's cool. And then over here, what have we got? Okay, so we can choose one of these paths to follow. Materium, maybe. Seems kind of fitting. Swiss pack for cities too. Great idea. The nomads are fun. I'm easily tempted. What have we got here? Resourceful people that migrate to thrive. Yeah. Require 50% more food to gain population. The domain of their cities are over-harvested over time, exhausting the nodes to the essence of that city. It does make the next decision simpler. No longer the monarchical one, and now a tradition between scavengers and conquerors. Okay, I can be persuaded. Let's see. Survival is measured in what can be scavenged from the ruined world. So here we're scavenging for essences, ancient wonders, and combat. Pick up loot from defeated units to heal and gain loot power. Or conquerors. Annex pillaged enemy provinces to gain draft production. Oh, I think I like that. Gather resources, use them up, and then move on. Interesting. Conquerors seems beneficial then, no? I think it does. Okay, let's be nomad conquerors. With rabbit faces. Why not? It fits. Time to spend some points. Now, I'm familiar with a lot of the original ones here. Prolific Swarmers was a favorite of mine, but there are some new ones. What have we got? 1, 2... Since I made my tier list video, which is now frightfully old, I see 1, 2, 3, 4... And some interesting ones down here. Right. On arrival into the realm. Okay. I actually don't want that. I think I want to choose now. Probably leaning into what we've already got. We've already got 2 chaos thanks to our nomadic conquering philosophy. So maybe I lean into that a little bit more. Chosen Destroyers seems like a really logical fit, unless I'm missing something totally obvious with the way that this build works. Racial tier 1 units and +1 rank. Yeah. Corpse eating is fun. That's a sentence I didn't expect to say when I woke up this morning. Ruthless Raiders. They're a city owned. Yeah, I mean that's probably just generically good. And then this one is new. Force March inflicts no damage to your units. I don't tend to use that a lot. Road Walk, right, so we're faster. I mean, I suppose. We do like to move around, so maybe that makes sense. Sure. Swift Marches. And Chosen Destroyers. Let's give it a whirl. I should probably add something other than chaos, though, so maybe we choose a different tone. Or, just embrace it. Also scanning through for ones that I'm less familiar with. Roots. Discipline. Interesting. Good choices so far? I hope so, Siron. I really do. Monk, a mobile fighter unit. Okay. I'm drawn straight to the unit, but I should look at other things. Race transformations, particularly fun. Pyromancy will skip over. Maybe Horde, although it goes against the Giantism. So maybe I should lean into it. Okay, and now I've cycled back through. Potentially one actually that sort of does both. Also not a bad idea. I kind of like that too. Hit point regeneration. Kind of reasonable stuff here. A racial unit might have been better for me, perhaps. I'll put it on my shortlist. Evolution. Something about the monk. I don't know why I'm being drawn to it. Heals 15 temporary hit points with meditate and can leap, jumping to a target location. I guess that could combine alright with our fast movement. I seem to only have 2 on my shortlist, which makes the decision quite easy actually. I'm gonna... Kia ora, Pete. I'm gonna go for... a split decision. And even though I don't get a racial unit, I'm gonna pick up the Dragon Dawn DLC, Tome of Evolution.
What is your ruler's origin?
Nah. Couple of new DLC origins here. Last time I properly covered the game, obviously we'd had Champions and Wizard King both at the start. Then came the Dragon Lords. Very fun. but maybe not quite fitting today. Eldritch Sovereign and then Giant King in particular is quite new. I think I'll steer clear of Eldritch Sovereign. Giant King is tempting. Just because it's giant. Not overly synergetic. Giant Kings are Giant King governors. Each quarry gains 5 production. Interesting. I could just say it's new, so stuff it, let's try it. Or I could pick a more sensible, take a more sensible approach. Stuff it, it's new, let's try it. Giant King. What is my ruler's origin? Frost, storm, fire, or rock? This is so cool. Oh my god. Okay. Farms on snow I don't think we're gonna need. Even though frost looks pretty cool. Arguably, the actual reliance on one natural feature I maybe don't even need because we're nomadic. So the decision is maybe less important than I give it credit for. Let's be a rock giant king.
Reveal yourself.
Oh, he barely fits in. Battle Saints and Death Knights, a hero class that specializes in high damage melee attacks by debuffs and undead units. Oh man. I need to be careful not to stack too many crazy things here. Stick with what I know. Big warrior, big smash. Bone club hammer. Body type. Oh god, what have I done? Put your clothes back on. He's a big lad too. With long arms, but little legs. They're little giants. I don't know. I was also hoping for a giant rabbit person. Oh no. Some of these, I don't even know if I want to equip these. The looks are pretty crazy. Ugh. I think I need to wear a mask, right? Sorry. Maybe a big mask. We just need to hide that face. Oy vey. I am not equipping that one. I'm gonna get banned on YouTube. Maybe just a hood. We're doing full ugly. That's right, and drop the ul if you know what I'm saying, Ken. Hey, MST, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, okay, we'll wear a hood. We're definitely wearing a hood. Now, back to our race. This is where our rabbit faces come back. These guys we don't want wearing hoods. And we want to kind of make them ironically large. Big legs. Huge heads. Maybe actually big heads but little everything else. Or maybe little heads. Oh, the stupidity never ends. What have I done? I should have done this part off camera, really. If I was more prepared, I would have. Okay, let's go little everything, big head. Yes. I love that. That's great. Maybe big hands, too, actually. Little big, little big. Alright, cool. Colors-wise, I think maybe we want something that stands out a bit more here. Go for like a... I don't know... white on black. You don't really get better contrast than that, so let's do that. We could be red rabbits. Ooh. Blue rabbits. I think we'll go white rabbits. You just stumbled upon us. Welcome in. 9255223. Certain packs were discounted, not all of them. It costs a lot. Yeah, I know what you mean. It is a lot. A huge investment to grab all of the DLC. I think, and we'll find out more when we actually start playing, but I think that Age of Wonders 4 is probably good enough without its DLC, in fairness. Really solid game, at least when I used to cover it a lot. My takeaway was always, this is a really solid game. Physique. We'll shrink that down a bit just to emphasize the rabbit head, and then everything else here is probably okay. Yeah.
Your journey begins.
Title, Mineral Master. Absolutely. Mineral Master what? Mineral Master... First name... Barry. No, Broba. Last name... I'm just taking stuff directly from chat. Last name from Twitch. From Twitch. It's Boba from Twitch? No, it's a terrible last name. It's Broba Azash. It's Mineral Master Broba Azash. City name... Burrowing Wayfarers. No, we can do better than that. City name Kinopolis. Love it. Throne city name. A race name. Whoops. Wrong spot. City name The Twitchy. The Twitchy. Because my Civilization 6 videos. Oh, cool, Freddy. It's always interesting for me to hear how people turn up. Because most people tend to assume that people turn up in the same way that they do. So it's like, I found you when on Humankind, and therefore lots of people did. And they're not wrong, but people come from lots of different places. Anybody out there discover this channel via Age of Wonders 4 at all? Anybody else? I wonder. Aloha. Get your buns on the dance floor. That's a great name for a race. But we shall be big-headed rabbits. How do I combine that into something that sounds succinct? Rabbitohs. Sure. I think that might be a US sports team. I don't know. Ruler Ambition. What on earth? I think we want to be... So if you're just tuning in, we're playing as... we've been setting up a Harefolk race. We are nomadic, so we're going to be moving around a lot. As you can tell, I've tended to lean into quite a lot of chaos, as represented by the swift-marching, chosen-destroying society traits. Tome of Evolution I took from the DLC. I remember that one, and I know that I like it. Hey, Matty boy. We've got a rock giant for a king, though, just to spice things up a little bit. Totally different from everything else, but that's fine. And, for the first time in a long time, live on both YouTube and Switch. Switch? Is Age of Wonders 4 on Switch, actually? It would be a great travel companion game if it is. I should check. I'm looking for strategy games to play on my Switch, too. Because at the moment I have nearly none. Except for... Except for, and you're going to flame me for this, but Plants vs. Zombies Replanted. Absolutely brilliant. I love that game. Anyway, back to the task at hand. Let's make my ruler ambition something to do with conquering people. Win a siege battle against a throne city. Win a siege battle. Yeah. Conqueror. Let's do it. Onward. We roll. Welcome in Al O'Neill as well. It's great to see so many old names. Pete, I saw you out there before. I see you. You guys must have found the channel from Civ 5. Humankind. Maybe Age of Wonders 4. Maybe Victoria 3 as well, actually. That was also came out around the same time. Jeez, that was a busy time. I need to buy a Steam DECK. I do. I still do. It's still on my wish list. It's just so expensive. Steam don't sell them themselves here in New Zealand, so I have to get it through like an extra layer, and I don't know. It's hard to justify. Yeah, but you got to wake up earlier than that, Broba. All right. Speaking of Broba, here's Broba as Ash, thankfully wearing a hood to hide his fulsome face. Not that I should be throwing stones in glass houses this morning. Goodness gracious. Anywho, we're here, folk. We are nomadic conquerors, swift marchers, and chosen destroyers. The Herefolk tend to be good at fighting and fast. So 5 combat speed, friendly units don't block movement. I guess that's just nice. And 25% harder to hit by ranged. Dodgy little rabbits is what we are. Alright, brilliant. How long did that take me? Was it under half an hour? Nearly. 32. We'll start at 32. That'll give me 30 seconds to write this down so I can do the VOD people a favor after the stream and say, the good stuff starts here. Bam. I was through Age of Wonders 4. The tutorial is great. That guide, yeah. I noticed that guide still gets views to this day. Not that it's that old. It's only like 2 years old and still fairly relevant, but, yeah. I noticed that. Part of the reason why I put this game in a poll was that. Let's jump in. Starting magic, swift strike, and a slither hatchling, which I don't know. It doesn't fit with the rest of our build so well. Maybe this will. Target friendly unit that has action points remaining. Momentum and fortune. We'll see. Oh, I like the black and white theme. Very Civ 7. What's that? You like high contrast? How's our game sound, by the way? I feel like it could be a little bit quiet looking at my outputs, although maybe that's just on my end. Maybe for you guys it's okay. I can turn it up because it's only on like 12%. Humankind just got an update. We could have experienced Humankind with a new update tonight. Are you kidding me? Maybe tomorrow, MST. How about it? I won't promise because I am also doing a stream the day after tomorrow. And it might not be a good idea to go back to back to back. I've got one planned. Bear with. That'll be Saturday my time. Friday night for you guys. And then... So what's this? This will be Wednesday night for a lot of you. Yeah. We'll see. Apparently Humankind has just got an update. How dare they? Did they drop the... scenario? I know that they were working on a, I think, War in the Pacific scenario. I'm guessing it's that. Which actually could be fun. Could be fun. Reserving me all week long. Yep, okay. We will tentatively pencil it in. Humankind tomorrow night. So this time tomorrow. And then Anno 117 the day after that. Because that also has an update and expansion. Why does everybody update their games at the same time? Goodness gracious. Gave the new scenario and some improvement to the AI. Cool. Cool. Well, I like the idea of the new scenario because it's a War in the Pacific one, which is pretty cool. So that's fun. Let me also play Age of Wonders 4 while I'm here, shall I? Just for good measure. What have we got? We've got that silver hatchling, which I want to ignore. Let's get a Dune Rider. We've got a little bit of cash, so we could hurry something along. How much is that? 260. So I could hurry that next turn. I like the idea of getting the library online. 10 knowledge income per turn. Yeah. Arguably food, production, these are all good things, but I'm going to go science first. Shout out to Devilish. And let's get exploring this map. Back to the... Oh, hold on. Actually. Here he is. That is great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a fairly fulsome army here. Oh, we can also adjust our appearance. I like it. For now, let's move out and grab some stuff. What a lumbering beast he is too. Whew! Do I think Endless Legion 2 in early release has done a better job with its sequel than Civ 7 did with its initial launch? Yeah, totally. Totally. Another game that I haven't actually played all that much since it released in early access, though. So I won't commit to anything too concrete until I try that one out again, too. Let's get the minor race transformation. One of the big motivations for taking the tome was that, because I think that the race the race transformations in this game are really cool. Couple of dudes up here, but nothing all that significant. I think we can go up there and stomp them. So let's change course. We're lumbering our way back this way. God, he is slow. He moves like a dancer. There is something a little janky about the kind of... I suppose we could call it a dance. Haunted graveyard up here. Mana resource node. We could pop down into the underground and have a look. Although, I have it on good authority that it might be fairly small down there. So let's move on. We'll scout out some dudes to stomp over. Because I figure that's going to be quite important for this build, right? Now, the actual Nomadic strategy, I'm not familiar with at all. So any input and guidance would be greatly appreciated. To your comment, Mild. Ara History Untold. I really like Ara History Untold, yeah. That's another one that slots into the same category, Pete. It's improved a lot since launch. Maybe not quite in the same category, but it has improved a lot since launch. I think particularly the last 2 big patch updates, maybe even 3, because I could be behind on one. I'm sad Endless Legion 2 isn't getting more players in love. Oh, jeez. 4 days in a row, is it? Pencil it in for Saturday! No, let's not do that. But we will pencil it in for sometime soon-ish. Because I agree. It's a really nice, polished game. In the same way that Age of Wonders 4 is a really nice, polished strategy game. Probably not quite to the same extent, because Age of Wonders 4 is now in its 3rd year of development. Jeez, this is a close fight. Do I dare? No. No. I'm not going to do that. The stream will be over with very quickly because I'll be rage quitting from losing my starting army. And I'll be like, great, time to move on to humankind. No. 1.0 would be a great time to revisit it. Endless Legion 2, that is, you're right. I agree with MST. Ara History Untold went through... Stardock picked it up, or maybe not picked it up, but joined the development. I don't know if it actually ever lost any of the initial team. Like, I noticed when I launch it, it still has Xbox and... We'll pick up this quest. Xbox and someone else who I forget off the top of my head. Apologies. But MST's right. Ara History Untold, last couple of updates, big ones. Patch 1.4 did a lot of work in making the game look better. I think there's still a bit of work to be done maybe around the micromanagement in some areas. Where the mechanics just didn't land very well. But it's cool. Early reviews, will not suit the current build of it either. I agree, yeah, totally. Okay, we will not be fighting that for sure. Not anytime soon. We're going to need some technology, which means we're going to need science. Let's chuck that guy on auto explore. Obviously, we're going to be gaining a lot of chaos affinity. What's the first one on the list? Defeating an infestation grants you a unit. Sure. And here's an extra dude to explore the map. Thank you. Let's get probably some strength, right? So, what have we got? 80 draft, 4 turns, and melee strike for 10. Melee strike, venomous spit. I mean, the poison does look decent. Raider, just straight up, 18. Whack him. I think so. Let's buy one of those. And also hurry along the production of the library. We'll grab our Raider tents. Seems fitting. And now we've got 2 dudes, although I actually would like to separate them. Send the scout off to do his thing, and then bring this little rabbito to catch up with the rest. Go on. Much faster than their leader. What a guy. A reminder, if you're just joining us, this is the smallest version of this giant rock king. Although we did actually make his belly quite large. But he's short. Anyway, put it that way. He's short. Anyway, enough focusing on him. Let's find someone to beat up. A few targets over this way, so I guess we'll go this way. I mean... Let's get the treasure. It's now a low-risk battle. Should be easy enough. I don't know if I really rate myself jumping into the manual combat, but it's been a while. And I should embrace the challenge. And just put it on auto mode and watch it play out. When in doubt, auto fight it out. Chuck their turns on fast forward, because I'm not really going to learn an awful lot from theirs. Okay. Big boy's doing rock throw. It was super effective. That is awesome. And then these little rabbits are going to heal them up. Brilliant. Fairly weak range shot from our unit there. Though our main guy will do 50% extra damage. In comparison. I think it's 12 damage there and 18 damage on that guy. So quite a difference. Another stab. Oh. That ragdoll went flying. Very good. Okay, let's skip through these guys so we can get back to rock throw. Oh, he's resting. All good. Oh, here he comes. Oh. Oh, he's just going to crush them that time. And whomp the tree underneath it too. As our very fast and agile melee units sneak around onto the flank. Maybe actually securing a victory this turn. Oh, although these guys have a nice little dodge move. Unfortunately for them, just not dodging far enough. GG. Brilliant. And a little bit of loot secured there too. New technology. Unit enchantment. Empowering momentum. Better crow or rapid evolution. I guess we'll buff the scouts. And what have we got here? Rock rune still on target province. Oops, sorry. Which will appear... I hope that wasn't really loud. Sometimes when I bump the microphone, I appreciate it can be crazy loud for you guys. The JumboPixel. Hey, Patrick. I'll sit on that one for now, just so that we can build up a little bit more resource, I think. And holy heck. What an upgrade path. So, do we want to upgrade Hurl Boulder, which I just love the visual flair of it, so I think I probably will. Or I could do maybe a generically better Berserker upgrade. I'm going to do Hurl Boulder. What have we got here? Now deals damage in a 1 hex radius, so great for smashing area of effect. Or we could go down the physical damage route. Inflicts 2 sundered defense and resistance. What do these turn into? 120% chance of stunning. Physical damage. I'm going to go for splash damage. Yes. That's great. Alright. I think we just keep rolling. Hopefully we'll heal enough between turns that we can kind of just go from target to target, building up a bit of strength as we go like a snowball downhill. Yeah. A little bit. These guys are weak though, so let's take them. I'll go auto, and then we'll watch the replay just to see the Hurl Boulder for the most part. Oh, interesting battlefield. Oh, okay, we're going into defense mode for the first turn. Sensible. Although, it gives the enemies a chance to fan out, which I don't love. Here it comes. Oh. Terrible camera work by me. 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10. Let's cut to the victory. Whew. Okay. Couple of close calls, but good enough. And we get a plus 10% magic damage cloak. Maybe not all that useful. I'm going to disenchant that. Canopolis gains an annex. Now, because I haven't played the Nomads, I'm not super familiar with how this works. I'm assuming that I sort of pack up and put down these improvements. I guess the other way they could play is that they stay on the map. They are perma-based on the map. I don't know which it is. Probably doesn't matter too much for the first decision. I'll play it safe. I don't know. Founding an outpost is definitely not going to be something on my radar. Forced march, probably not either. I think we'll just keep walking like a normal pleb. Move past those guys. Find some slightly weaker targets to prey on. Go to war, or lose a little bit of Imperium and sway them. I've got plenty of Imperium, so I think we'll sway them away from war for now. Obviously we're warmongers, but I'm just not quite ready yet. Hey, Faye. Yeah, and these fights are too risky. Let's circle back around. Train up another raider because I like their fairly aggressive swing. But I won't purchase them. We'll sit on some cash for the minute. Hero cap, we start with just 1, so raising that is actually not a bad idea, though these guys are all 400 right now. City cap, actually 2. Okay. Whispering Stone, I need to find somebody to chuck that onto as well. I guess we could do these guys. Not really in love with me. Didn't get off to a great start with the instant war declaration either. I'll do a little bit more exploring. We'll come back to them. Maybe we try and steer clear of them too, actually. Keep a fairly wide berth. Oh, that forced march pop-up. As a reminder, enemies with a red banner will actively seek to destroy me. So I might want to keep running. No. All of a sudden, these guys don't look so bad. Quick, take my stone. Boost allegiance for 85 Imperium. Yikes. Pact of Cooperation. A lousy 35 turns away. Let's check what's around the other side of them hills. Interesting sight. Bronze Wonder. Research post, 2 knowledge per quarry. Okay. Good idea, the Infector. Good call. Couple of events. Please no war. You are at war. So be it. What else have we got here? It's old Weary Harrington. Duchess Ryobi Warden of the Free City Harrington. Give one of your stones to start negotiations. Yeah, I think we can probably immediately swap the stone over to Harrington. Thank you. Bam. 19 turns, a little bit better. Could speed that up a bit. Sure. Chuck a dog a bone. Now it's 10 turns. Neat. Harrington. Oh, yes. I love it. Get your buns on the dance floor. Where were you when I was naming these dudes? The bird people can join us, of course they can. We've got space for them here. Everybody's welcome. Hero cap increases in 2 turns. And our ruler leveled up. You know what that means. Ah, I should probably do something more sensible than just upgrading the Boulder Smash, shouldn't I? It's just so tempting, though. Now deals damage in a 2 hex radius, or increase the damage. Hurlbolter actually gains plus 10 physical damage. Fixer increase for single shot attacks. Okay. Play it really wide, or double down on the damage and keep it and sort of go for a middle ground. Let's add some extra damage, I think. That should improve the longevity of it throughout the game. He says, as if he knows what he's doing. Let's have a look at Harrington. Pop in and see what these lads have got going on. You're about to trespass. Okay, sorry, never mind. I'll go around. New Empire development skill. Unlocks the ability for units to embark and use vessels to cross the water and for flying and floating units. Often a good move. In this build map, maybe not so much. Unlocks the ability for your armies to use forced march. Again, maybe not. We just keep plowing it in here. Upgrade my tier 1 units. Sure. How's a giant going to fit in a boat? Yes. Pete just took a close look at Ara, liking the visuals. It is honestly worth a look. It really is. Like most games, much more so worth a look during a sale. I love me a Steam sale, as you know. But yeah, it's improved a lot in the last year. Update 1.4 was a big one. And then also the one that followed it as well, the free patch that followed that. I think 1.4 in particular helped with the visuals, from memory. What have we got here? A Silver Wonder. Definitely out of our league. And an Umbral Gate. Cool. Cool. Steam sounds the pain in my wallet, yeah. Me too. Me too. How is it that 10 times 10 equals 100? What the heck? I thought I was just buying a $10 game, you know what I mean? All of a sudden, not so much. Got a little bit of food gobbled up there as we wander our way around the side of Harrington. Let's give our scouts extra range with the Enchanted Crow Companion, a very basic world spell, but not a bad one for early on. Maybe a little bit of cash money on one of these natural features too. Speaking of cash money, got a little bit to burn. We'll speed that along and pop down a... Probably makes sense to lean into the boosted stuff, I guess. These are the earlier builds that were kind of a little bit not too advanced for, but we're moving on past them. Makes sense to pick them up. I'll queue them both up. And then maybe straight into a blacksmith. We'll see how we go. Advice is currently disabled. That's fine. I could probably use it, to be fair. Giants don't need boats, they just walk through the water. Unfortunate for our lad, whose legs I made as short as possible. This guy is... he's not a great floater, this rock giant, but he's going to do his best. Don't you worry. Forgotten Astrium. Basic little enchantment there. Look at all of these glorious tomes. Oh my gosh. Obviously, a lot of these will be out of reach for us. At the moment, our affinities are very aggressively leaning into chaos, maybe a little bit of nature. That looks so cool. I think that's from the latest DLC. Don't quote me on that, though, because I am not up to date with the latest one. Ha. Anywho, enough dreaming about tomes. A new dude, ready to roll out. Let's go around this way and meet up with these guys who are just south of Harrington. Harrington, sorry. I should suggest a new name to them. Cooperate. Suggest a new name. Maybe one day. Time to recruit a new dude. They're all fairly similar. Elitist. Major ambition. Reach level 12. Fight alongside their ruler. We can do that. Personally slay an elite personally slay a legendary. Less easy to do when I'm auto-battling and just watching rock throws. So, maybe not. I think we'll take this one. Who is a nautical governor. So really not a great governor for me, but these elitists, I can do this. Let's chuck him in. Magical dude. Can't hurt. You're hired. Now, where'd that unit go? Might as well assemble a second army. We're gonna need dudes. For this army. Seeing as we've already got a standard raider, maybe I want to get a wind warrior. What is the key difference, though? 75 health, 18 damage. Windborne rescue. Swap places with a friendly unit and heal the target. Yeah, cool. Doesn't hurt, I figure. Mix and match some abilities, chuck them in. Gives you more tools in your toolkit. We'll sit on that one, rather than disenchanting it straight away. And here we have... Oh, make it stop! It's Tioran, Gale Giver. A Storm Giant King. An economic warlord of the Crooked Rages. Barbarian culture, sneaky with a hideous stench. What a trait. Hideous stench. Man. Adjacent enemies with this trait suffer -2 resistance and -2 status resistance. Neat. Let's send them a gift. Or give a threatening welcome. We'll threaten them. And we will pronounce them our rival. Instantly decided we've taken a dislike to them. Obviously a rival giant king this close to us. Can't stand for that. I mean, fairly close to us. Can't stand for that. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 15 tiles? Soon to be much closer, potentially? Pack up. Pack up the city into a... Oh. Rudely interrupted. The pack up is, of course, our big nomad thing, so we absolutely want to play around with that a bit. What have we got here? A new dude. An assault on a brigand camp. Sure. How strong is it? 345. Yeah. We can deal with that. We'll need to deal with this occupation to free up this one. Maybe I loop... We're stretched a little bit. Maybe I loop the dudes back around and we free that up. For now, though, I'll just build one that I can actually use. Close to home. A little bit of extra cash money. Oh, the sound effect. So good. Okay. Yeah. Actually, no. Let's keep this dude floating around the base. I'll spend my money to rush out that unit. Zoom. Now we've got 3. Next turn I'll be able to queue up another one. Meanwhile, this lad actually doesn't want to lead the fight down here, so they almost need to swap places. Which I suppose they can do over a number of turns, so let's get wandering. He really does lumber his way along the map. Go on. Move. Dance, monkey. Actually, I wonder if I can check the fine print on that. I don't know if it's actually a technical condition that the quest setter needs to be there, even though it says allow me to deliver the strike. I think I can probably just cheese it and do it myself. With the OG. And Sage Haven has sent a war party. Thanks, Sage Haven. You're great. We'll get the money per unit killed. Just lean heavily into the theme. And you, for now, just stay put. Okay, so I always lean towards just grabbing more raiders, right? Grab more raiders, they're cool, they're big, they do a big swing. Let's show a little bit of love, though, to the Slither Hatchling, which maybe one day could grow up into a big, strong unit too. Maybe one day. For now... It's a risky battle, but it's one that I'm willing to take. Second thoughts. Your force approach is ready to attack. Oh, look. You know, he's actually kicking up a fuss. He's like, hey, I want to... This is my fight. Nah. We take them. The threat is too great. And check this out, everybody. If you're just tuning in, boy, do I have a treat for you. First turn, defense, which is a shame. Next time, maybe I manually control it at the start just to throw the rock, and then let the AI deal with the rest of the petty squabble. Although, they've stayed together. There's still a reasonable rock throw here. It will have 1 tile radius of splash damage. Here he goes. Oh. Okay. Going for the uphill throw. It's not very effective. It's gotta be said. Animation, cool. Damage, not so much. Not so much. We skip to the end. It's a great victory. And we got some boots of freedom. Grants very fast movement and swift. Cool. Ignore 2 status resistance. Shield bash. And just some good resource. Okay, sweet. We will open up the hero screen and see if we can chuck any of this on. Might as well. I'm sure I'm wearing that cloak somewhere. And we'll wear these tier 3 boots of freedom too. Very fast movement. We need this. This seems like a match made in heaven, no? That's great. Yes, confirm. Brilliant result. Stolen honor. Oh, come on. Evil character alignment. That guy gains lowered morale, and will gain a shielding bottle. We could just get some XP, level up. Good alignment, or some money. Now, the alignment thing is interesting. Obviously, we'll have more opportunities to change this. I feel like we want to be evil anyway. 12-turn debuff doesn't matter so much, because it's going to take 12 turns to recruit, so... Let's appropriate that for ourselves, and lean evil. Now, I just need to very quickly get a glass of water, so I'll just chuck us over onto the BRB screen. I won't be more than a couple of minutes. I'll be right back. Thank you for your patience. Much appreciated. I'll just do a quick check-in. Yes, we are looking good. Both live streams still running. I just don't trust it at all. But it does seem to be working. Okay, great. Seem to be. A lot of heavy lifting in there. Thank you, Ken. Thank you. Alright, we're back. Ah, of course, and thanks to the... Is it the first one or the second one? The first one. Defeating an infestation grants your unit based on the infestation defeated. This time around, we've picked up a... not an unclaimed wilderness province. But in fact... You know, I don't usually like, these specific kinds of units. But this one looks pretty cool. Neat. Alright, you though, gonna have to run up and join army number 2, I think, friend. Because we don't have any space for you. But we're probably all gonna meander our way up there, so let's go. And a hero leveled up. While army leader, all non-hero units in the army gain regenerate 10 hit points per turn. It's kind of lame and passive, but I really like it. Likewise, the extra experience. Not mad at that at all. Plus 10% damage to attacks of adjacent friendly units. Let's take the XP per turn. Grab it early. While we're kind of sitting around doing nothing. Shielding Bottle. Grants 10 casting points at the start of battle. Huh. Sure. You can take that. Might as well. If I auto-play for the one rock chuck, I can set the tempo. Yes, that's exactly the idea. That's what I'm thinking. Kind of drop the bomb on them, so to speak. Yeah. Yeah, next time, next fight. We've got a bounty to destroy this. What are we looking at? A silver infestation. Maybe not. It's possible, but I don't know if it's quite within my wheelhouse just yet. Or it could be, but we'd have to lose a few dudes. Speaking of lose a few dudes... Okay. A little sooner than I would have liked, maybe, but here it is. Okay. I should also check the buff units first, just in case. Teleports to an adjacent space. Empowering momentum for a turn. After moving hexes. At least 3 hexes gain momentum. Extra defense. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could chuck that on on me and go all in on this dumb move and see if it pays off. Sure. Anybody else? Not you. Not you. What does this do? Swap places with the unit. Healer. Okay, so that could be a good escape plan for a big lumbering ogre. And then a charger strike. Right. So, let's hit him with that. Now he's got my momentum buff. Right. Deal damage to units in a 1 hex radius. Or it's a shame we didn't get the 2 hex, but that's fine. Okay. Oh, what is the range on this? 6. 1. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I don't know if I can make it. Let's find out. Okay. Just in range. Lob. That. Rock. Oh no, I hit it on fast. Ah, gah. I butchered that. I hope you really enjoyed that fast-paced throw. Now we're gonna teleport ourselves out of dodge. Did I say teleport out of dodge? I mean move one tile back. Neat. All right, and now I think I can probably go on auto. Did the one rock chuck set the tempo, or was it a terrible play? Let's find out. So far, so good. Ish. Good enough. Yeah. Totally fine, actually. I don't know what I was worried about. Oof. Can't make an egg. Okay. Considering it was an unexpected fight, that seemed fine. +1 status resistance and 20% accuracy. And a crocodile mount. Fantastic. Also a level up point. Let's buff our melee attacks. Generically good. Sorry, I'm just dealing with a couple of technical difficulties in the background here. Something is a little bit off with the YouTube stream somehow. I thought I had got past them, but I haven't. It's almost like there are two at the same time. What the heck? I'll persist for now. Okay, still fairly basic spells there. I don't think we need to jump into anything too crazy. Signature skill available. Very cool. Crit hit chance. Straight up damage on attacks. Hit points. Defense. Or, yeah. I think we go damage rune. Bash. The theme with our guy is just bash them. Giant King, bash. Just do it. Summon a tier 1 sword. I quite like the summoning things too. Good to cheat an extra unit in. I think particularly helpful early in the game. Lesser later on because it's not a great unit. Ah. Town Hall 2, the Council DECK. Okay. Not sure I'm quite ready for that yet. Let's get more food. And maybe, actually, try the Nomad part. Pack up the city into a mobile Nomad City barge unit. The settler can be unpacked into a city elsewhere, but it is vulnerable to being attacked. That is pretty cool. If the unit is defeated in combat, it may be captured by the victor or immediately raised. Oh my goodness. So hilarity can ensue as well. Yeah, okay. Okay. So, I pack it up. We move right in up against, say, Sage Haven. And then we just roll through them really quickly. Surprise! A city's on your border. But you didn't see that one coming. I think you shouldn't get too big for your boots, given how we were just caught off guard before. So we'll just guard the outside of Kinopolis. And likewise, you need to get back to base. And so do you. Although, because base can move, do you really? Deep philosophical questions. Essence of food. Time for a new tome. I'm wondering if I should just grab generically good chaos so that we can start getting into higher tier chaos tomes and just say, you know what? Who needs nature? Who needs any of this stuff? Just give me good old fashioned Tome of the Horde and be done with me. No, in fact, maybe Warband. A little bit of Materium might not hurt later on. I'll take it.
Magic is fickle. You can only trust your strength. Here you learn to hold a weapon before the age of 7. For at 7 you stand watch.
Tier 2 Lieutenant.
You turn war drills into your games.
Let's take him. And founding or absorbing cities takes -2. Newly founded or absorbed cities gain +1. I don't know how useful that is. I think I'll save my money. Imagine how slow it would be, spelling everything out. JUSTIMAGINE HOWSLOWSPEA. Yeah, it'd be far too slow. It'd be far too slow. And also, it would probably just be me and you here left at the end. Harrington loses allegiance, but we get increased morale. Harrington gains allegiance. We'll take that. We like Harrington a lot. Or, if I'm being honest, we're just kind of like a friend. And they'll do. Sage Haven were also meant to be sending a war party our way. If that was it, they're going to be in for a nasty surprise when it gets here. Vicious Scab. What a name. We're at war with them, so be it. Free City has opened its borders. Better late than never. Trading's been enabled. 2 resource trade slots, magic materials can be traded, and the next pack will be loyalty. Cool. Do I want to take any of these deals? I probably do. Founding, migrating, and absorbing cities takes -2 turns. And then Silver Tongue Fruit, Whispering Stones grant extra allegiance. So I can just chuck a bit of money at that per turn to boost allegiance with cash. Seems okay. Got a bit of Imperium, so I'll boost it manually too. Pact of Loyalty in just 3 turns. And 1 of the 3 plants have been acquired. You know, I hope we don't end up with too many loose rabbit feet, Ken. But yeah, sure, let's... We'll take it. They're very lucky, yes. Okay, I reckon... Let's move this DECK to the front of the queue so that I can start training tier 2. And maybe if we can just find someone to get a little bit of XP out of. Couple of resource nodes about. These guys are probably going to wreck me. These guys are definitely going to wreck me. Maybe not. You seem like a good speller to me. Though I feel you on people thinking you're speaking a different language. Though for me that's more of an accent barrier. An impossible battle has ensued. No. I can take him. And by take him, I mean, take him away from the fight. Fly, you fool. It's the easiest solution. Okay. Moving swiftly along. I think we try and consolidate power. Let's bring this hero in here because he has a thing about fighting with the giant, so we'll allow him to do that. Maybe pop back in there. Seeing as we're so close. Level up. No longer an army leader means we're not getting experience all the time, though. So actually, let me confirm that, and then just swap him back for now. But when I go into the fight, I want to reverse that yet again. Nothing there that I can really change right now in the sort of bowels of the city management. Though I do have these 2 essence upgrades. The city gains the essence of food. Essence of gold. Essence of food. Essence of gold. Essence of food. Not a big deal either way, really. Couple of combat spells. Don't care about them right now. We've still got the enhanced crows, although I think we're at least down 1 scout, right? I'm going to abort that, I think. Get us back into the green. Unit enchantment time, maybe. Slip away would have been nice earlier. Units that will evolve, it's only 1. Draconic Vitality, a minor race transformation. Sure. Let's get that online. An oldie but a goodie. And we've got our next pact with our favourite dudes. Let's chuck some more allegiance at them. 4 turns away from vassalage. Neat. Here comes another running rabbit now. Speaking of running rabbits, off he goes. Yeah, go off and explore. Thank you very much. We can see the minimap up on the top right in this game. A break from the bottom left that we're used to. Haven't explored all that much of this large map yet, but early days. Early days. The Rabbitohs will panic when they notice the Watchers are nearby. I think I'm going to panic when I notice them too. Lose stability, but gain knowledge. I love it. When you win a battle, 25% chance of gaining a tier 1 or 2 unit that can be produced in a city. Alternatively, instantly summon a bandit army under your control. So, do we want to rush the enemy down straight away? Sure. Yeah. Should we try packing up this thing too? Let's do it. You're about to pack up. Units in production are cancelled. That's fine. City okay, so not quite yet. Give me at least one turn. Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era. Oh, man. It's funny you mentioned that. I was talking to somebody about that game the other day. I could have played that today too, maybe. Comes out tomorrow. Oh no, and so now I have to decide, do I want to stream Humankind or do I want to stream the new Heroes of Might and Magic game, because it is right up my alley. Ha! Gah! Tricky. What do we think? I'll run a quick poll. Not a huge number of viewers today, but I'll run a quick poll anyway, because I value your feedback. Should we do the new Humankind patch, or should we do HOM Olden Era, which is a new game? Let me know. I might run a channel poll on that one too, actually, to get a really broad base view. But for now, there's a YouTube one. Because, yeah, are you looking forward to it, Ken? Surely. I feel like it would suit a lot of regular channel viewers anyway. Hey, it's time for these rabbits to transform into dragon-like rabbits. That's right, everybody. It's dragon time. Okay. You know, I think it might have been a minor improvement. We also get 5 hit point regeneration on the world map, 3 hit points per unit rank, and 3 per hero level, up to 10. And we've got little dragon ears now. Scaly little dragon ears. Dragonair. Shout out. One of my favorite Pokemon, as luck would have it. Alright, let's pack this place up. Ooh. Man, we are so vulnerable. Look at that. Our entire city just hooning around in this weak little army. Oh boy. Alright, let's move down to Sage Haven. We'll put our big boy in front, obviously. Lieutenant unlocked, so we can train one of those soon. We'll also maybe take... Nah. We'll grab that, I guess. A shuffle might not have been a bad idea. War party's coming towards us, but they won't be able to find us. Who knows where we've gone? I'm right here, actually, just lumbering down the main street, so don't look too closely. And that'll do. Ooh. Thunderstorms are active in combat. Regions around the world... Sorry, 8 turns sort of interrupted me. Regions around the world turn into swamps. A Colossus moon. Cool. Base attacks have a 60% chance of removing a positive status effect. Sure. Why not? Add a little extra debuff. And then where exactly is... Okay, so Sage Haven is there. I see some raging units to the north. A couple of undergrounds. We could probably set up down here. Yeah. For March, maybe not. No. Oh, it's a very close vote on the poll, too. I wonder if I could do another one today. Tricky timing-wise. Speaking of tricky, this hero is relentlessly attacking me. Sure, auto-resolve, why not? Lost a dude, but that's okay. And our scout is gonna have to take one for the team. Runner, run no more. Thankfully the city wasn't attacked, which is, lucky. Get rid of that shield, we don't need that. Defensive structures. Interesting. It's also a floating unit, which is nice. If we were on a real oceany map, it would be even better, actually. Because we'd be able to just nip across on a couple of little islands. For now, let's just keep them safe. Might not hurt to spread the love a little bit, though. Ah, they should be fine. We'll group up here, and then we'll place ourselves down. Yeah, we'll place ourselves down there next turn. It's risky. Pillaging a province is faster and gives more yield is not terrible, but I think we'll go win the battle to generate units. Because we're about to be entering a few battles. Seller remains. I just need to cash that guy out quickly. I don't want any more of his rubbish. Okay, this guy. How do I do? What am I missing here? Auto explore, continue path. Oh man, I'm partly glad that I don't know what I'm doing because this is awesome. I'm glad I took a moment to accidentally appreciate this. Very Dune-esque, isn't it? As was the entire expansion. That is really nice. I like that their sails are, like, topographic maps. That's pretty cool. Anywho. Orders required. Yes, you do have orders required. Hey, Steel Airship. Welcome in. It's from the latest expansion, Ken. I believe. I forget its name off the top of my head. Where's the little... It's literally my throne city. How scary. I can't see the little pop-up. Somebody will know. And I've got the haste berries. Is that because I'm sitting in the tile? Or is that because we won over Harrington? What kind of faction did we take? well, let me show you. So, our ruler is this fantastic rock giant. Our people are rabbit people with big heads and tiny little legs. We leaned heavily into the chaos build, picking up a lot of chaos, and we're nomadic people. So, at the moment, I'm currently attempting to resettle, and you might notice that we don't have a city on the map. That's because our city is currently inside of that very cool-looking unit that I spent too long staring at. Here it is. It's our throne city. Just cruising around. What else did I miss? Anything else that's super important to set up? Let me know and I can recap it. I'd like to get maybe some of these generic ones too, actually. The extra Whispering Stone is always pretty good. Traditionally, City Cap. Extra movement aren't bad as well. This time around, I'm not so sure. You love this game, but you get too many crashes since the latest patch. Thankfully, I haven't ran into any yet. I heard there were some new Stellaris announcements today. Is that from today's news, Steelship? Alright. There we are. Unpack city. So we'll turn our little dude into a city. Fan out these units so both armies are a little bit stronger. Actually, we're going to need one more, aren't we? Let's take that guy. 696. Nice. And 531. Okay. Alright, let's go have a look. Rise from Ruin, the latest expansion. Thank you, Ken. Appreciate it. Came out last month, I think. Oh man, so many updates. And I totally forgot about Heroes of Might and Magic launching imminently. And that's thrown a real spanner in the works, because earlier in the stream I said, yeah, let's do Humankind tomorrow. And now I'm thinking, do I need to do Humankind right now? Because now I want to do Hom tomorrow. And then we also have Arno releasing its DLC. In what is a really hectic time, because of course, regular viewers, as you'll know, Civilization 7 also coming out with its big Test of Time update. Still apparently scheduled for the end of spring, which would be a month or less. It's gonna be a bit. May's gonna be crazy. It's not even May and it's crazy. This kind of stuff doesn't usually happen until later in the year. Weird. My Magic stream next. Vaughn. Oh, it is just winning in that poll. It's going to need to go to the wider channel because clearly you guys just cannot reach a decision. God. Very split currently. 53 to 47. Stellaris stream win. If I thought I fell behind on Age of Wonders 4 Steel Airship, you don't want to see me floundering around trying to catch up in Stellaris. Oh my goodness. Truth be told, I would do some prep beforehand. I'd have to. Because, yeah. Little rusty. Little bit rusty. Let's train a tier 2. I think the one I just got was Lieutenant. Dustweaver looks pretty cool, but let's get a Lieutenant. And pump him out straight away because we're probably going to go to war and try and take this down. We've also got raging units. Look at this. 6 stack, stronger than me. 3 stack. This guy is definitely going to throw himself at me. Ay, 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 ay. Sneak over some reinforcements within reinforcing range. And try and keep everybody grouped up as we march into the territory. Alright. It's okay. I love that we can just move around and forward settle people. That is fantastic. It's so cool. And also, now that we know what we're playing, I can probably edit this title to be a bit more useful too. So we are playing the... we are playing a Nomadic... What are we? Nomadic... Rabbit... what would be the other key describer? Maybe our Giant King? Nomadic, rabbit, giant kings. That's probably a fairly decent description. I mean, it won't make much sense to a lot of people, but sure. Who knows? I'll just quickly fix the Twitch one as well. Sorry, bear with. Bear with. There we go. Nomadic rabbit giant kings. Neat. The stream is, for the first time in a long time, working on both YouTube and Twitch today. Yep. Would appreciate your feedback on both platforms, actually, on whether things look okay and sound okay. I'm a little worried on the YouTube, for the YouTube one, if I'm honest. But, okay. But actually, when I don't know, when I click on it there and play it back to myself, it seems okay. 1080p 60 looks okay too. But yeah, would appreciate your feedback on both sides, because I'm happy to go back to just YouTube only. Frankly. Sorry, Twitch. It's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. Looks and sounds good. Praise be! I want to get back into Stellaris, but there's 200 euros DLC, and I'm like, nah, yeah, that's it, eh? It is the commitment, not just the time commitment to relearning or learning for the first time all of the new stuff, which is fun, don't get me wrong, but also the financial commitment. Not easy. Steam sales are our friends, of course, but it's still not easy. Pillage this farm for 75 bucks and 100 food? I think so. Oi. Oi. We'll just linger around here and pillage. I suppose I could pillage this one as well, actually. Yes. Burn it to the ground. It's working fine on Twitch and YouTube too. Thank goodness. I'm glad. I'll try it again tomorrow, or soon, when I do the Humankind stream. Although, Heroes of Might and Magic really winning. Now, 57%. Here's a siege battle. We have overwhelming superiority, so I don't even think I need to start this one with a rock throw. I think the auto combat is fine. You can't stop me, buddy. Another safe battle. As some marauding guards, unfortunately not Sagehaven, I don't think, step in and fight me. Every man and his dog wants a piece of me, it would seem. Stellaris going for the Sims 4 model. When I panned over to the chat, I just saw Sims 4 and I thought, huh, that's a new request. I suppose. I'm just kind of playing games that I like playing at the moment, rather than necessarily popular ones. And I do like Sims 4, but yeah, you're right. Similar vibe. Both long running too, I suppose, in fairness. We'll let this guy sit up. We have no issue with you, NPC army of shop structure. We have no issue with you whatsoever. Do your wears and tears. Khajiit are welcome here. And seeing as we're fighting, we might as well cool on this. We don't really care about our vassal though, so we'll recruit them to our own city. Yes. Level up. Time for a signature skill. Giant King has his own catapult. He will be our siege unit. armies. So I could put the slithery little guys in this army. Right? Hear me out here. We should also probably take some of these just abilities because they're quite good. Link with the target. While active, any damage dealt is reduced by 50%, so it spreads it out and they gain extra damage. Versus misfortune, blah blah blah. Let's do the spread thing, that's cool. And like I say, any beasts, come this way. Wait, do we just count as beasts anyway? I don't think we do, sadly. I don't think the Rabbitohs count. Wizard Tower, probably a good idea. It is kind of necessary infrastructure. Alternatively, more units, my lord. Yes. Probably no need to shaft them. Let's just build a mine. My gold income looks really lousy. I will definitely be streaming tomorrow. The question is what? If I were to turn today into a double game day, tomorrow will be Heroes of Might and Magic. If not, it could be Humankind. We'll see. But I hope you can join us. Appreciate you being here. You, Lone Wolf. Time for you to head back to base. Our base looks pretty cool too. As the Nomadic tribe, of course, we have this very, very picturesque looking setup. Just camping up in the hills. Totally chill. Right. Couple of things pillaged, whole load of food and money. I think we move on the actual place now. We've got the strength, we might as well try and take it. Oh. Yeah, get in there. How many enemies? 7 total. Large map. Let's summon in a dude. Create a bounty. Select a bounty. Nah. I've got my own little quest. And you stay there. I worried that this guy might have stepped in a little bit too close for comfort, but it doesn't look like he has. So let's start a 2-turn siege. Adding... You know, we've got the money from the pillage, so we may as well use it. Onages. Undermine the walls, burn the battlements. Raiding party. When the walls are breached, gain 50 gold per tier of the besieged city. I mean, it's free. I'm not particularly low on money, but sure, we'll go raiding party and then we'll get some siege craft to add to our rock throwing ability. Wesley, it's been a while, and I'm really liking being back. Age of Wonders 4 was my game of the year when it came out in 2023, and as we've been discussing throughout the stream, it unfortunately has joined a long list of games that are great, but just don't have the time. So we're making time. We're also clearing a spot in our calendar to take Sage Haven. So you're joining us at a great time. Gloomy event, the Colossus Moon, going on for a couple more turns. Ooh. Rabbit! It's true, I sound like I'm complaining, but it's actually nothing to complain about. There are so many good options. Thanks, get your buns on the dance floor. Okay. This is going to be rough. Let's jump into the manual fight. Now. Is it time to sneak in for a rock throw? We can definitely wail on a few of them. I'm very worried about this dragon. So chucking a rock at the dragon might be a good idea. Alternatively, onagers at the ready. Dudes on the flank. Lizards. Oh god, it's a real ragtag army. 10 morale, temporary hit points. What we could do, nip over here. Can't reach target. Ah, so close. Anybody else have any reasonable buffs for us? That's the teleport and block, which I might use, actually. Empowering momentum. Didn't seem to go so well for me last time. But, don't fix it. Don't fix it if it ain't broke? Yeah, sure. And then we can teleport him with that one and shield our dude after he rock throws. Okay. Alright. Get in there. You big lumbering beast. Let me turn it down to normal speed so we can savor the moment. I can hit the dragon. I could actually hit this tile and get all three. Seems strange, doesn't it, to chuck the rock at no one. But it does the same amount of damage regardless. So, let's throw the rock in between these guys. Sure. Oops. Bam. What do we think? Hey, it slows them down. It slows them down, it does a bit of damage. I like it. I like it. Alright, everybody else, auto-do. Kind of left him a bit undefended. I kind of think somebody in the auto move might have run up there and helped him, but biggest guppy chooses. And we lead by example. Slowing and weakening the dragon may yet pay off. As our cowardly armies are just standing back here buffing each other. Oh, Onager's starting to lob a couple of rocks over the fence though. Enemies doing much the same. They tend to move around in friendly territory, reinforce, heal, 1, 2, maybe even 3 rounds. Okay, starting to see a little bit of fighting now at the front line, and I don't like that. Let's have a bit of faith, though. Still a lot of buffing at the back going on. Okay, okay. We're catching up now. Can we change the giant's name to Chuck? Oh, it would be more fitting. But I mean, Proba's right there. I don't know. We have to wait until he leaves. Wait until they leave. And then we'll change it. I mean, no. No. The dragons decide to come down and take a bite out of a couple of our weaker units. Chuck. Chuck could be his nickname. We could put it in inverted commas. It can be Broba, Chuck, Ashes, a Sash. I even forget his last name, how rude. You know how people do that? We could do that. Like, people often do it with names like Buck. That was with a B, YouTube. Thank you. Okay, we lost our commander. Brave Chuck stomped in at the front line. Took like 2 rounds worth of hits. Oh, that polearm unit has come in with a big strike too. What is that? Whatever it is, it's getting kind of weak. So is the dragon. There we go. Good. Onager. We're still chucking rocks at them. In honor of our dude. There's their dude going down. I can probably go back to the faster speed, because I actually think we might have this in the bag. Heavy losses ensued along the way, though. Like, what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9... Sorry. Got about 9 dudes. And a couple of them were onagers, to be fair. What is this red beam? Neat. It's over. Okay. Started strong, got a little bit dicey in the middle, and then we brought it back at the end for a very solid finish. Hopefully. 3, 2, 1. He got in one more strike. Hey, I respect that. I respect that. There he goes. Huh. Achieve get. Great. We did sadly just need to we do need to briefly pay our respects to Broba Chuck Azash, who really chucked himself into that fight and did not make it out the other side. Also, a Nameless Knight and a Death Guard. Fitting. This unit inflicts increased morale penalties when killing an enemy. Effects enemy units up to 3 hexes. Okay, I think I'll take that. That's pretty cool, actually. Reinforce this dude so they look sort of vaguely competent. And we've captured 3. We captured 3 of them. Which one is the really annoying one that keeps coming back and fighting me again and again? Is it Onewan or is it Siphon? Ooh, he's quite leveled up. I think we'll get rid of that one. Right. Oh, he's in the crypt. Oh, we'll cash out on him too. Cool. Great success. Feels bad. Let's get another stone. Yeah. Yeah. And we'll chuck that out onto... Anybody not actively fighting me? Anybody open for the taking still? A big old world out there to explore. I guess we'll put it on scab. Pay for peace. Painful, but we'll do it, and then we'll chuck a stone at them. Go on. Broben the Bunny Brawlers. That's it. We like alliteration here. Alliteration is totally fine. Though I am happy to add the nickname Chuck to his name because I like it a lot. Is that possible? Oh, oh, ghostly lad. Poor guy. Poor guy. Work on a couple of cheap buildings in our mobile city. Obviously, I'll get the wizard tower online. Loads of upgrades to be had. But I'll just take a basic farm. You think befriending Scab will help out? Hey, don't you start talking to me, buddy. Alright, we've also breached the walls, and probably cleared out most of the enemies within. So I think this should be a pretty easy take, right? Yeah. Pretty easy. Please. I'm gonna waltz on in. Great success. And a city awaits its fate. Raise requires this dude to be back on that tile. Sweet. Alright. Our first proper success. Of course, a reminder if you, or maybe not a reminder if you weren't here at the start of the stream, we're playing a very chaotic build. Super chaotic. All about burning cities down, raising them for profit, essentially. We are rodent people, rat people, excuse me. And in one turn, we'll have our great leader back from the void. Very good. What else could I maybe quickly show? Quest screen, probably not a lot of juicy stuff there. Swamps never flooded my domain. So that world event was pretty unimportant for us. Not a lot. We are indeed here, folk. Our leader is a rock giant king. Rock king giant? A rocking giant. Anywho, he's a giant. And then our people are wonderful little here folk. Not rats, not rodents. I know, I'm sorry. I take it back. I take it back. Marsupials. Marsupials, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, goodness. I'm going to have to turn the stream off in disgrace. I've disgraced our people. And they're a good name. Boop, 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 boop. Very rude of me, I'm sorry. Gosh. I should be casting more spells. Alignment-wise, evil. Good. There goes that city just exploding. Fantastic result. Just need to check something here. Bear with me for just a moment, sorry. Yep. Oh. Never even casted our reinforcement. Lazy work. Let's chuck it in on the giant. Here he is, the man, the myth, the legend. Can I add Chuck as a nickname? I don't see a little pen icon. I don't know if I can customize it now. Adjust appearance. Ah, here we go. So, we don't have a middle name slot, but I can just chuck it in like that. Now it's Broba Chuck as Ash, because his friends often just call him Chuck. Dude loves to chuck. Big rock chuck. Upwards chuck. Maybe? Okay. Yeah. Somewhat of a linguist. When conjuring the animated weapon, deal 10 physical damage to adjacent enemies. Interesting. Kind of a fun splash damage benefit from that. When it lands an attack, it gains a stack of strength. Sure. Frenzy! We're chaotic rabbit people with a giant king. That is a wonderful welcome. Yes, welcome in. That's right. That's right. We're not mucking around today. Here's our giant king. And here are our marsupial people. Oh, wait, sorry. Wrong people. Here we are. We've just actually burnt down our city. You've joined us at a great time. Here are our dudes. They've also got dragon ears because we've empowered them with draconic vitality. Because I love the transformations in this game. Even the subtle ones. Pretty cool. Now that we've burnt down this city, maybe we should pack up, because we're playing as the Nomads, Cetus, and the Nomads' special thing, I believe they're the newest DLC faction to be added to the game, but their special thing is that we can pack up our city and move it around Dune style. So, you know what? I'm not sure how long today's stream will be, and I really want to play with as much new stuff as I can while I'm still live, so let's pack up. I'm not building anything at the moment. So now seems like a reasonable time. Whoop, whoop, whoop. We pack our city up into this. Brilliant. And now we can go and find somewhere else to plop down. Maybe right on these city ruins, just to add insult to injury. Sure. Let's go down this way and have a look. Our armies are down here anyways, so it makes sense. I will rendezvous with that, because of course the downside to packing up your city and sort of putting it in this one unit is if we lose that unit, we lose kind of badly, which would be a hilarious ending to the stream, but not the way I would like to end it. Would we like an avian friend to join us? Here's another elitist one, which is quite easy to get that minor ambition. Not that we should just pick the easy ones, but I am, in this case, probably going to pick an easy one. Death Knight. Kinda cool. Both of these guys are warlocks. Another warlock I'm not super stoked about. So you know what? Let's get a ranger. A ranged hero. Big game hunter? Fitting. Reasonable. Yeah, you're hired. Get in here. How does this game compare to Civ? It's a tricky question, right? Because they are both turn-based 4X strategy games, and so they fit a broad brief. Obviously, the big major distinction, the clearly obvious one, is that this is a fantasy game. This game has a lot more depth and detail to its character customization, to its faction customization, Much more customization in general. I'd say it's also much better at being lore-based, story-driven. More victory conditions, a wider array of units. I could get into the weeds a bit. It's also much older, I suppose, if we're comparing it to Civ 7. Much younger if we're comparing it to any other Civ game, though. Both franchises have quite a rich legacy as well, should be noted. These are long-standing kingpins, really. Minus a couple of mistakes along the way. Leveling, inventory, gear, yeah, huge role-playing elements, not just story. Story's a bit basic. Steel Airship is right. Much more of the RPG side of things. It's a real 4X fantasy, leaning very heavily into RPG kind of strategy game. Though obviously not to the same extent as something like, say, Baldur's Gate 3, which is in a different league. This is still like tile-based 4X goodness. Gameplay is similar. Broadly, yeah. We have settlements, we'll expand them out. The expansion system in this game works off territories rather than individual tiles like in older civs. But broadly speaking, yeah, similar core mechanics. Settle cities, build buildings, train units. All of the 4Xs, which I always forget, so I won't ramble them off, but they are all here and alive and well. And I want this Sand Scorpion, so I'm taking that one. Another big differentiator here is research. So research in this game is this stuff right here. Arcane research. Tomes of magic. And each tome has one or two affinities that it can lean down. And these affinities shape all sorts of stuff. Including, but not limited to, this empire development tree, which is fed by each affinity and has these sort of branches of upgrades that we can move our way through. Age of Wonders 4 is a glorious game, really, in how it interconnects all of these different systems. So much depth and detail here. Battles take place in separate maps with their own timer. Yeah, kind of like what, in a way, it's sort of like Humankind if Humankind decided to be a little bit less civvy in that it draws out a battle area. Here, though, like you say, it's actually a distinct area, separate from the map. But of course, not actually separate from the map, because you're playing on the map. It reflects the world. Really cool. Really cool. Endless Legend 2 might be a reasonable example, if you've played Endless Legend, as a game that is more similar to this than Civ. But again, they all kind of fit that broad category. 4X, turn-based, brilliance. Phantom Blades, and I hope so, Vaughn. I wonder if it's worth swapping this leader onto a different army so that he can start to share his experience around a bit too. We could do a little wife swap here. Chuck you there, chuck you there. Yeah, cool, alright. And then we'll settle down here somewhere. Maybe grab some loot while I'm about. Wand of Lightning Strike. I think that could be useful for our Warlock, maybe. Where is it? It's extra gear. Yeah, go on. Take that. He's also got a level up, so we might as well chuck that in. Animals. Might lean away from the animal thing. Call that a happy accident. Got enough level 2 experience to take on the Thicket. How difficult of a game is this to get into? How difficult is it to get into? Yeah, you're right. I should maybe go for that. I'm close by. Send the big lad in. While these other two settle somewhere around here. I guess we could work that tile if I settle in and around this bit. Somewhere here-ish. It's fine. I'll do that next turn. I would say probably Age of Wonders 4 is more difficult than average. Not impossible, but more difficult than average. Your experience with strategy will have a big impact on how easy it is for you to pick up, though. As Ken is kind of, I think, probably getting to. Clear the city ruins. And settle there. I guess I'm kind of close. How do I clear these out? 3 turns. Sure. We'll do it. Clear path, easy settle. That'll be why it was grayed out, was it? Aha! I love it when a plan comes together. Speaking of, let's wander in here. And this will be a great example as to how the battles are different too. So, here's this map feature, let's call it. Crystal Thicket. Here's our giant. Oof. If you've played a lot of... No, the suggestions are welcome. Especially if it's going to block my settlement. Please continue. If you've played a lot of Civ 6, then you won't struggle too much because you understand how to play 4X strategy games. Obviously, there'll be a lot of depth that will be a bit like, whoa, this is too much. Even just starting a game can feel like a lot. But I think you'll have a good base. Alright, let's use magic to fortify my troops against the mirror mimics. Let's have a look. So, as we jump into a manual fight in Age of Wonders 4, we break into the world map. Of course, in this case, it's a very special one because it's this wonder. And it looks awesome. These guys are all bunched up. I mean, it'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? It's a 4X cake with fantasy icing. Layers of... It's like an onion cake because it's got many layers. Okay. It is a gorgeous looking battle map, isn't it? The glow, the blue glow is really nice in particular. I hope it comes through on stream okay. If I move around less, it probably comes through better. Anywho, it's rock throw time. Now, don't have a huge army here, so I'll just quickly check. What have we got? Stun a target. Super duper escape. Sprint. Temporary hit points and morale into defense mode after use, so we could use that to buff our boys so we don't lose them straight away. Swap place, we know how to use that. We've been there, done that. Okay. Right. Boost up some morale nearby. And then, can I throw over this crap? I hope so. Otherwise, this is not going to go well for me. Magically charged. Standing adjacent to a magically charged obstacle will grant units +2 lightning damage on all attacks. destroying the obstacle will deal 20 lightning damage to all adjacent units. Yeah, so this terrain really does matter. So it's like a little bomb. Huh. Interesting. So maybe I want to stay back a bit. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I can lob over it, I'm close enough, sort of here-ish anyway. Momentum! Yeah. Yeah, we're going to throw a... thrower, spit it out, man! We're going to hurl a large boulder at these noobs. Right now. Eat rock. I forgot to slow it down, I'm sorry. I hope you enjoyed that fast-paced stone skip. And everyone else, honestly, probably just shield up, hide, heal. Not a lot of other great stuff to do here. I do like to do this, though. Though putting myself within harm's range is not great. Let's do it. The old momentum swap. Venomous Spit. 4 range. Not quite enough. So we'll hide him behind this tree and shield. This guy's got a stunning move, a running move, and a melee strike, so he's going to be very useless. We could run around the back, I guess. Try for a cheeky flank. I don't think that's a bad idea. So I'm going to tuck him in, not too close to that bomb. There, I think. Do I have Summon Sword? The AI may attack it, so I have time to nuke. Yes, I do. I chose to throw a rock instead, but I do have the sword. And we've swapped our big boy out with a shield at the front, so... Actually, kind of decent. I might keep manually controlling this. Famous last words. What do we got here? Command is cool. Heal 15. Momentum and Fortune. Heal 25, gain 2 stacks of strength. Seems like a bit of a waste. But, I mean, the strength could be nice. Maybe. I can probably sit on that. Summon the sword we think is a good idea, so let's summon a sword. Surprise! It's a giant flying sword! Good! Stab! These lads are melee. Probably better off with some zone of control nonsense though, aren't we? Here we can do a dastardly venomous spit at that guy. Immune to poison. Neat. 75% poison on that one at the back, though. What about over here? Actually, here's fine. We're just going to pound this guy at the front. Try and reduce the numbers, I think. Stun and into defensive mode. Not bad for a charge. Charge that guy back. Stun him for a turn. Gain some ground. Shield! Bro was chilling after a sword has been summoned this turn. That's okay. Banner Strike. Sundried. Maybe. Although I think I like the heal a bit better. So let's group up around this guy. Bash. Keep going. Youthful rejuvenation is ready. I guess we have to use it on that unit unless I want to put strength on me and run in for a bash next turn. Nah, we'll take advantage of the heal. Yeah, 2 hours in. Try 2 years in, Ken. No. I am actually kind of bad at manual combat, and generally prefer to let the kind of bad AI take over. Ooh, I see mention of a new 1440p monitor in the chat too. Congratulations. A worthy upgrade. Okay, battle report. Round 3 for me. What are we looking at here? Oh, sword down. But it did its job. Absorbed some hits, did a little bit of damage. I'm 2 more turns away from chucking another rock. I could do a heavy charge, though, that hits enemy units in a 2-hex line. So we could charge in here and go boosh boosh through those 2. That's pretty fun. What else have we got here? Another, actually a double, could do a double whammy charge strike. Maybe I should finish this guy though, actually, seeing as he's right here. We got any rangers in the back? Not especially. I don't love that fight either. Might just block that flank. Go for a venomous spit. Preferably on someone who's not immune to poison. That guy's flanked, so let's hit him. Great hit. Truly. Wind Warrior. Take that guy down. Cool. Still gearing up for a charge attack, I think. Yeah. That damage isn't great. Let's do that. I'm gonna give my boy some extra morale. Get in there! He's like, give him a real hype up, you know? He's like, come on, you can do it! Yeah. Real lads chat going on in the back here. And now, he's gonna position himself there and charge there. Big charge. Come on, boy. I mean, that'll do. What if I should move for the flank, actually? Tricky. Let's step up there. Almost time for the bush bush. Anybody got their turn left? No. Spell's ready to launch. Let's get another rejuvenation, shall we? This guy looks like he could use a bit of healing. Whew. Lovely retaliatory strike there. Dealt maybe more damage back than we received. Oh, then we took another 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. Hope you're enjoying learning your 6 times tables. Oh, 8s. Hey, pretty solid though. And now it's Broba Chuck Azash's move. Is it time? No. One more turn. Right, another charge. 33 and 21. Let's move up behind enemy lines. Go for the flank move. He literally didn't see that one coming. Maybe a second charge. Can I get there? Oh, I'm going to take some damage. Run around the back. Charge. Right, who's left to move? Old Venom Spitter. Let's get this thing to the front line. It's fairly disposable. We can get in there with an extra melee stab. And I think I need to try and secure a kill here so that the opponent has less attacks to use next round. So let's take that guy down. Maybe same logic here, actually. Pew, pew. I missed. Who needs our heal this turn? Looks like it's lucky number you. Cool. Solid. I feel like, not to sound overly confident, but for the most part, we were pretty untouchable. Heal before I attack. This is sensible. Good call. Good call. For now, though, healing is for the weak. Let's take him down. Oh, I was talking crap about this little slither hatchling, but that was a decent stab. You know, an enemy's in my zone of control, so I can't throw the rock. I forgot we need space around us. Alright, I'm gonna have to charge instead. It's too good not to. It's a double kill. In fact, I think in the Call of Duty circuit, you might call that a collateral. Collateral! Mom, get the... Okay, anyway. Great turn. And probably a GG, so I'll chuck that turn onto super fast speed. Because he's only got one attack, so what's he going to do? And then maybe I try and end the fight the way that good fights begin. By lobbing a rock. What kind of strength does this thing have? 34. Okay. How much does my rock do? 55. Amazing. Hurl large boulder. Yeah! Oh, what a kill cam! Oh, I love this game. Very good. Very good indeed. Okay, reflection. So we cleared that world map event, that wondrous event. What should we take? 173 bucks. Spirit Wolf unit, which is our old friend. I think probably not on that one. Remember your first day training with a weapon. Tier 3 Wizard King Champion weapon. Death Knight, Spellblade, Battle Saint, Warrior. I mean, we prefer to fight with rocks, so that's arguably not that great. It's a shame. Neither of these are actually all that awesome. I think I'll take the wolf. Not for our main dude, but somebody will be able to ride it, surely. Oh. Ha, scratch that. It's... Get in here. Welcome to my army. And now that we've cleared that out, we've got to wait 3 turns to clear that. Wow, crazy. The fights are so immersive. I get back out to the world and I'm like, what the heck is going on here? So I've heard good things about Venom Blades. Heard very good things about Venom Blades. I also think that this unit, this spell to summon this unit looks pretty cool. I want to get them both. For now, let's get Venom Blades and slowly work away on that one. We're cooperating with Scab, which means that we can get a little goodie out of them through trade for a certain number of turns at a cost of 10 gold per turn. Founding, migrating, and absorbing. It's a shame that doesn't count clearing. That would be really good. Relations, I'll take the knowledge one, I think. Cool. And actually, maybe our other dudes, old Harrington over here, might want to make some deals. Yeah. We'll buy knowledge off them as well. You know, Vaughn, I think I might have underestimated the Spirit Wolf, actually. Have to admit, when I first saw it, I thought it was just going to be a mount. I thought, oh, God. A mount? I'm going to crush it. We can't do that. But nah, I've been instantly converted, actually. I think it looks pretty cool. And we're just waiting on a mate to clear out these city ruins for us. Two turns remaining. While we stomp around, we should look for something else to beat up. Dudes down there I could clear out. I guess they could actually be annoying my ally, so let's wander over there and take a look. These guys will definitely have to stay put to keep our city safe, though. Order required? You shouldn't have an order required, you should be clearing up that city. There's a green spell that makes the wolf ginormous and a chomping machine. I hear from Vaughn. Where do I sign up? What's this? Eternal Freeze. Will I stop the freeze creatures? You know, I don't think I will. I'm going to decline that quest. A little bit busy at the minute. Scorpion Venom Blades. 1 turn away from casting. Definitely going to cast that immediately. And follow it up with a desertification. Feeling kind of hungry. Sure, why not? Clean up this lad. And he dropped 15 gold. Neat. We're going to be wealthy in no time, you just wait. You think the blades affect the wolf as well? I noticed it affected a lot of units. We'll take a closer look when we cast it. I just need 30 seconds. I'll be right back. Sorry, buddy. It's chaos. It's chaos! Speaking of chaos, what do I have to unlock along here? Raising cities grants 1 population. One of your cities for every 3 pop that was raised. Might not be bad. We could turn our nomadic roaming city into a massive one. Not a lot of immediate benefit, though. Pillaging. Taking one less turn. That would have been nice, actually. I'll get that for the next one we burn down. I mean, liberate. At the dawn of day 39, it's time to activate these blades. So, we get 4 shock units, 2 shield units, 1 fighter, and 1 skirmisher. So it looks like no wolf, but slitherer. So that's something. All the rest mostly rabbits, except for this beetle riding warrior. And 1 polearm unit, which shall remain unnamed. Ooh, let's enchant. Bam. Green sticks. Let's get them. Speaking of let's get them. Where do I want to settle this? Maybe right there. Exactly where the city we just burnt down came from. Right there. Unpack city. Awesome. I think just keeping everybody broadly, safely positioned together and within reinforcement range, which I think is 3 tiles. So 1, 2, 3, kind of roughly together. Just for a turn is probably a good idea. And now, from nowhere, a city appears. Where should we grow first? I reckon let's get a mine. And then we'll improve our favourite tile that we've just liberated, the Crystal Thicket. 22. +5. Heck yeah. Get a research post out there to improve those. There's some sheep over this way. Not terrible. Up here, another research post. I just can't resist. Although it's infested. Where is this infestation coming from? Here. And it's actually a pretty weak army. Back to city growth. Gold. Forester. We'll grab that one, I think. Quarry there. One out there too on those. This is a really juicy spot. Rainbow clover. Rainbow clover. What in the world is all this rainbow clover? I can raise existing cities, steal airship. But in this particular build, that's all I've got. Hey, Cornish fishing game, welcome. Yeah, I can clear out that abyss, no trouble. Watch this. Here we go. Wipe these guys first. Best practice. So many things to build. I'm a little bit behind here. I don't mind admitting. I've got so much gold, though. What's our stability like? Very average. I hear word from my advisor in the field that there's another feature in the north. Feature to north. Buy one of those guys, got plenty of cash. Tower of Torment is nearby. It's gold. Got a seal over there. Aha! It was actually really close to where we used to be. Still, it's bronze, and I can definitely take that. Ooh. I don't love that. I don't love this at all. I want out of here. Guys, it's really scary down there. Don't go down. And we bravely take a step back. Yep. Kind of like the roving clans from Endless Legend 1. Kind of? Yeah. It's the newest DLC faction in this game. And the actual city looks really cool. It's hard to see because I've got so many dudes over it, but it is basically the tent that was our unit has now, rather than being collapsed and moving around the map, it's put together. Fully nomadic. In this case, we're kind of rabbit nomads, of course, but hey. I kind of have to clear the abyss. I mean, I could just move. But I probably do, you're right. We're gonna heal up first. And we are now basically fully healed. Who do we want to send in first? Let's send in this guy. Rabbit nomads, that's right. Okay, how do I clear this puppy out? Ugh. It's alright, I just need to remind myself it looks scarier than it is. Watchtower's nice. Umbral nest. Okay. I can clear that. I can clear that. What else have we got down here? When Annex plus 30 research. Woof. Alright, let's send some more lads down. Big boy. You're going in. In fact, I think this is probably going to call for everybody, so let's just all go down there. What's the worst that could happen? Beast Wrangler leaves in one turn. It sounds like something that Grand Theft Auto would call a vehicle in their game. It's a Beast Wrangler. You just stay there. Very good. Excuse me. Sorry, covering from a little bit of a Sore throats too. You wish the campaigns were a little bit longer. Interesting, Gato. Because, of course, my needs are different to yours, but I wish that they were shorter. Maybe what we both need are more time settings to make them longer or shorter. Okay, yeah, this is easy dub. Dub street. Bam. You weren't lying about the loot either. There's a lot of loot. A tier 3 green lance. Huge amount of research. Reasonable amount of cash. I say huge, it's less than a turn's worth, but hey. A shield and Greaves of Fortune. When a friendly spell is cast, the unit's base attack gains +1 damage based on the affinity of the spell. Stacks up to 3 times. That is cool. Our guy would have to lose his fast boots, though. I mean... I don't think we can lose our boots. They're just too good. I want to keep them. Critical hit chance. Or maximum hit points. The longevity is tempting. Pull myself into the middle here. Go for cleaving sweep. Alternatively, what have we got? Reckless rage. Execute. So much here. Greaves might boost rock throw though. Yeah. Yep. I'm thinking also, what else can I combo with a rock throw here? What does it actually count as? Missile single shot. So in theory, I mean, critical hits, I guess, are critical hits anyway. That could be cool. But missile attacks here from Sundering Strikes gain 60% chance to inflict Sundering Defense Demolisher. It kind of leans into it a little bit. Alternatively, animated weapons, we can get more out of our sword. Or actually get a little bit of... it's strange effect, like splash damage from our body when we summon it. Binding Essence Fragments. I think I'm going to go for Sundering Strikes. Neat. And now, in theory, this madness is cleared out enough that we can go back up to the top. Or we could hang around here a bit longer, I guess. Clear out a bit more. I think I'm going to pop back to the overworld. Because it's dark and scary down here. We've picked up a little memento to take with us, a Tyrant Guard. Sweet. Actually, maybe he could stay around and get some loot. No, you're coming too. New research. Not a lot of sand on this map, so that one might not be so good. I'm gonna shuffle. Conjure a sandstorm. Yeah, kind of fun. We'll take it. And let's also use this opportunity to splash a bit of cash on a magma spirit, tier 3. Yes. Brilliant. Oh yeah, outpost's actually another good idea because we do have a little bit of capacity. Not a huge amount, but a little bit. These guys could also do a little bit of fighting while we're down here. Umbral submission. Put them down or allow them to flee and spread their terror across the realm. Sure. That's awesome. That is really awesome. Let's head back up to this world view when we can. Broba is like a short-range howitzer. Don't call him Chuck for nothing. At the moment, though, he's kind of annoyingly blocking our way out. But you know what? We'll let that slide. He's a big lad. I guess the downside to moving our city around all the time is that we can't get a lot of the improvements online, looking at those mushrooms or whatever they were that are going to take another 7 turns. God, the events look good in this game too. Far out. Right, come on back through. See, look at all those. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. So many good tiles. I need to get outposted. Although, actually, and I'm sorry to do this to you today, but I'm going to have to cut this one a little short. And when I say a little short, I mean, sadly, I actually have to end right now. I'm sorry, just a 3-hour stream. What is this? Weak sauce, I know. I know. But that's all I've got time for today. However, it's worth just taking a little moment here at the end to just check back through the chat. So, tomorrow, we have a Humankind patch that dropped today with a new scenario and updated AI. We also have a new Heroes of Might and Magic game coming out tomorrow. So, options. Lots of options. How did you vote on the YouTube poll? 57% voted for Olden Era. 43% for the new Humankind stream. Victoria stream. Steal Airship. Don't you come over here complicating things. And then also Arno 117 has a new DLC which was meant to come out last week but didn't. And that'll be out day after tomorrow, or maybe tomorrow. But I'll be streaming that day after tomorrow. So it's going to be a fairly busy week. Streams coming. But for now and for today, life happens. As Cornish Fish and Game so properly and aptly puts it. You're absolutely right, my friend. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for chatting along with me today. I will post that poll that I just wrapped up here on the actual YouTube channel page. And we'll see how the general plebs, general public, vote. And see if they agree with you. Regardless, I'll be live again this time tomorrow for one of those 2 games. And then the day after. Jeez. So, 3 hours today, weak sauce. But there's plenty more to come. Thank you so much, Ken. Broba. Our big boy's literally named after you. Where is he? We should finish on him because he really was the star of the show. Extraordinary guy. Didn't manage to settle his major ambition this stream of winning against a throne city, but we can absolutely come back to this game because Age of Wonders 4 has this beautiful thing of, even though it's still receiving a lot of updates and a lot of DLC and stuff like that, you can generally pick it up and play again. And I've proven that to myself today. I doubted whether I could do it or not. I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes, but pretty easy. It's like riding a bike. Sure, there's a couple of new ogres in the mix, but once you learn it, it is like riding a bike. And it's a pretty fun one to ride. Anywho, I've rambled for too long and I actually do have to go.